Hi Spurs Kings TV, it's James from Hoops and Dreams QPR YouTube channel again, providing another update on Min-hyeok's loan at Queen's Park Rangers. This update is following his appearance away at Middlesbrough last Tuesday. He was then an unused sub on Saturday against Leeds, and that is because against Middlesbrough he started on the right hand side of midfield, and we have to be honest, he had a bit of a nightmare. There's no other way of putting it. If Yang himself went on social media after the game, I hope he can't understand English yet because it did not go well for him up there. He was involved a lot early on, actually put one cross in that was half cleared, and our midfielder, Kieran Morgan, lashed it over. But then he was largely at fault for Middlesbrough's opening goal. It initially looked like he'd used great skill to get past the defender, but he went down the flank and overran the ball actually. Came out second best in a challenge, and two passes later, QPR were 1-0 down. On the half hour, he nearly cost us again. A pass back towards the defence was just easily intercepted. They put a pass across, and thankfully this time their attacker shot over when he probably should have scored, and it would have been another goal that Yang had cost us. There was a few examples where he was just not on the same wavelength as his teammates with positioning. He's just all over the place defensively, poor passes quite a lot of the time. Trying to find one positive, he should have had an assist to his name because he ran across the edge of the box, picked the right pass through for Kenneth Powell, who somehow didn't score when he was clear through on goal, literally one-on-one. Kind of effort you have to score in games, and Yang therefore unlucky not to get an assist. But overall, very poor performance. He was withdrawn at half-time, which illustrates that. And no surprise, it was his only 45 minutes this week, because as a result, he was subsequently only an unused sub at home to Leeds on Saturday. And QPR only made 3 of the 5 substitutions were allowed, so perhaps a bit of a message there from our manager, Martí Cifuentes. Overall, just feels like he's too keen to do something when he gets the ball. Means he's been a bit rash, overrunning it. Like I said, that led to a goal for Middlesbrough. He's not picking the right pass most of the time, right options. Undoubtedly needs to work on the defensive side of his game. And like I mentioned, his mistakes have led to goals in a few games now. Feels like he maybe needs to just breathe and let his natural ability show. Maybe he's trying too hard. I don't know. Something's not going right for him. It's actually doing more harm than good for QPR in these last few games, how he's performing. As I touched on at the start, you only have to really glance on Twitter, put his name in, and some of the reaction to his performances has been quite extreme. Stuff like send him back to Tottenham, Yang is a liability, well off the pace, waste of space. Just a few things you might see. We have a Hoops and Dreams message board, and on there one of the comments was that Yang is just out of his depth, sadly, at the moment. Shouldn't be getting minutes ahead of our own QPR players if we're offering nothing that they couldn't anyway. A point of note going forward is that across the past 2 games, QPR have suffered an injury to our key man, Ilias Chair, and against Leeds, Koki Saito, who's been playing on the left wing, was sent off. So next up after the international break, we've got Stoke. It's going to require a reshuffle of the pack, and it'll be interesting to see if Yang comes back into the picture or if Martí Cifuentes has now lost some of the faith in him because of how poor he was against Middlesbrough and in the past 2 matches as well. Before that, he has to be said as well, he wasn't in top form at all. I think the international break has come at a good time for Yang. He's declined since his first few games, as you can obviously pick up, but he's been called up by South Korea, so that should give him some confidence and belief. If he gets capped, maybe he'll return to London with a new lease of life again. If he's involved against Stoke in QPR's next match, I'll provide another update. Until then, enjoy the international break. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.